Okay. All right. So it's pretty hot up here, and I was just talking in my Zoom room with someone else about the temperature and dealing with the temperature. And there are things that we can do with breath practices to help cool us down. And it's kind of like what dogs do, like dogs offset the heat with their tongues. And so there's actually a breath that you can do where you're kind of letting your tongue offset some of the heat. So let's do that. So let's inhale up. And on the exhale, you're going to slowly exhale through your tongue, sticking it out in that little O shape. So shake it out for a second. Let's start again. Inhale up and exhale. Comes out really fast through your mouth. Inhale, open. Inhale, open. And we're going to do one more. And it's kind of a sipping breath where we're going to sip like you're sipping through a straw and your mouth is open. So you're not really breathing so much through your nose. And we're going to blow it out the same way. And it's going to be a little slower because we're with the mouth being a little smaller, it won't take as much breath in at a time. So you can take your time. And on the inhale, we're going to inhale up. And on the exhale, it's like we're pulling down strings from the sky. So we're going to inhale up with a sip. Actually, let's pull up and pull down. I got that backwards. We're going to pull up and we're going to push down. Looks like this in your face. Last one. Shake it out. Yeah, so it took me a minute to get there, but that's like a sipping breath. I think I learned that first in a gyrokinesis class, and then I've also learned it in different pranayama courses. So circles, the sipping, the tongue breath. Maybe I made that one up, but it's good to play with these things, right? And all of these breaths, at some point, someone made them up, right? Movement too, the way that we learn movement. Somebody made up that exercise. Maybe a bunch of people made it up, but it doesn't like directly implant from the gods. We figure these things out in our bodies. Maybe we could call that a direct implant from the gods, but good. Shake it out, let it go. We're going to do the lymph flush because I feel like in this kind of stickier weather, things can get stuck. And so we want things to move through us. So rubbing your hands together, right hand on the upper left clavicle, moving above and below it. Relax your neck, tongue, and face. Often with breathing, we're breathing through our nose or we're inhaling through our nose, and that filters the breath. But sometimes breathing through your mouth can be helpful also. So we don't want to always 100% of the time just do one thing. We want to have a variety of possibilities. Change it to the other side, left hand to the right upper quadrant. And then going up around the angle of the jaw. So angle of the jaw, and you can kind of work your way forward, or you can get all your fingers in there under your jaw. Try yawning while you're in there. We're going to do 1 point in the face as well. So right in here around your nose, there's like a little kind of indentation getting in there. Gentle circles. Get squish up and move your face around while you're in there. I said 1 point. We're actually going to do a few more points. We're going to take our thumbs there and pull that up just into just under your eyebrow. Nose in, pull up. Nose in, pull up. And then just a little light push up there under your eyebrow. Gentle. And then down here, we're going to go over your up. Well, let's go there again. Let's go to this place. Tapping with your fingertips, nose and cheekbones, or just under your cheekbone. And then mustache, soul patch. Get back to the angle of the jaw. Work your way up the side of your head towards your temples. Get into the hair. 10 little dragons running through the forest a couple of times. And then we're going to do this pull across the front, across your brow. I said we were going to do 1 point, and then we got all into our faces, but you know, helps to, and then you're going to work your way through your hair with that pull, like you're separating the two sides of your brain. Let that come down into your neck and shoulders. And we're going to come to these 2 points. You can see this, my collarbone is pretty clear in there. There's my collarbone. Just below it, there's 2 indentations, K27 points. You're going to get in there, little circles. You can try both directions. The chances are it's going to feel like it should go one way. Go the way that feels right. Try it the other way, and then go back to what feels best in your body. And you can do this with both hands, or they could even go against each other. Just getting into there. And then we're going to do a thymus thump. And as you're doing your thymus thump, really think of kind of sticking out your chest a little, opening out the front of the chest, lifting the front of the chest. And I'm going from the center out to the edge with that. Then next place, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Hand to armpit pec. This is my right hand to my left, and I'm getting in that upper pec, armpit area. Lots of lymph nodes in there. So what we're doing today is a balance of some nerve work with some lymphatic flush, with some energy work. Switch it to the other side just in this moment. We could say anytime you're doing anything, you're doing some kind of energy work, right? Like anytime you're moving your body, anytime, but some of it's really specific and directed. And then coming in to, we'll do a little pull. Here is the bottom of my rib cage. Here's my xiphoid process. I'm just going to pull, dig my fingers in along that edge of my ribs. And I'm taking my time, letting it move through there. We're going to do that like 3 times from the xiphoid process right there. Fingers in, pulling out. Kind of hooking under there. And one more time, last one. Giving a little space to your liver, your spleen, your stomach. Shake it out, shake it out. Cisterna chyli, space right in the middle. Kind of let that come into your body. So some stuff that we'll do, if it feels really good, great. But sometimes it might feel kind of like, ugh, yucky. If things feel yucky or feel tender, just be gentle with it. Sometimes if it's tender, it means, oh, that's the thing you need to be doing a little bit more of. Not jamming yourself or poking in hard, but getting in there a little bit into the inguinal fold between your pubic bone and your hip bone. Try and relax your belly a little bit here, relax your guts. And then we're going to go behind the knees. And then let that go. Just shake it out. I think below my nose. Yeah, so I was in pole dancing class the other day, and a lot of people are saying, oh, I'm really stuffed up. I got this postnasal drip. All this stuff is going on. So when our bodies are dealing with more like, oh, it's the humidity, it's the heat, it's the wildfires from Canada, the more that stuff is going on, the more we want to be flushing out our system, doing the lymphatic work, shaking, bouncing, letting it go. Not necessarily doing deep breathing if the air is got a lot of wildfire stuff, but let's take it down to the floor and shift from side to side. The air quality now is actually much better, but there's a lot of humidity. So yeah, I have a friend who says like whenever it's humid, she just gets migraines the whole time. So that this thing that we did here, where we were here and here and here, should help with any kind of migraine stuff going on. Stimulating the trigeminal nerve. And then come in, roll it up, and let's do a cat-cow. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Where do I learn this stuff? A lot of it is from different people, like chiropractors, Carrie Nicholson, Stop Chasing Pain. He has a lot of really good stuff. But a lot of it also is energy work, like Donna Eden's energy medicine. You can find things in Qigong, sometimes in yoga. Internal rotate, externally rotate, internally rotate, externally rotate. And then also like just experimenting with what does it feel like in my own body when I do these things. Open it up. And a lot of the stuff with our bodies, let's circle our shoulders. It's not I did it once and nothing happened. It's more like I did it every day for 3 months and then I really felt this benefit, right? Until we learn to feel our bodies more subtly, the subtle things in our bodies, it takes a lot more time for us to notice change direction up and over. And as a culture, we tend to be very objectifying of our bodies. My mom told me the cutest story yesterday. Let's take it down to the floor. So, and we're going to sit cross-legged. My mom was at the gym yesterday working out, and she was in the dressing room, and she noticed a woman on the scale weighing herself, and the woman was had a little bit of extra weight on her. And so my mom asked her, and she said, did you have a good result with your scale of weighing yourself? And the woman said, oh no, I'm 3 pounds heavier. And my mom said, oh, my daughter's a movement specialist, and she says you should just be happy with your body, accept your body, enjoy your body, instead of objectifying, judging, picking it apart. So I thought that was really cute. I was like, oh mom, thanks. Inhale, open. And it's true, we have these bodies, they're miraculous. Let's circle the whole way around. Sometimes things aren't exactly, sometimes we're dealing with issues, but at the same time, here we are alive on the planet, living in these bodies that are doing their best. We're doing our best. Our bodies are doing our best with us to lean into health, to help support us in our lives, right? And it's not separate. Our body mind is one thing. Let's change legs. Other non-dominant leg goes in front. Check this out. I can sit cross-legged for the first time in a while. I got to be careful I don't over exert myself on that slightly injured knee. Then circling the whole way around. So I will say that this particular exercise, which I really only do when I'm teaching, it's not an exercise I think to myself, I should do that exercise. But this exercise relieves a lot of lower back stuff for me. Anytime we're kind of for me, anytime I'm circling my torso around over my pelvis like this, like really getting the stretch through there, that movement really helps the tissue in my lower back and the nerves and everything feel good. Let's take it forward and down and just shift from side to side. Surrender and let go. Free up your spine. So body rippling from tail to head, shifting your weight in your butt just a little bit from side to side. And then come in and roll it up. And let's bring our legs in front of us. We're going to take it all the way down, but let's spiral. Let's not take it all the way down yet. Spiral halfway down. Inhale, open. You're going to move through your arms. Exhale, back of the hands. Inhale, chest, lungs, and heart coming in front of your arms. Internally rotate, spiraling the arms, and then externally rotate, chest coming through like you're winning the race. Hollow and curl, bring your chest through. I used to do this exercise where you stopped up here and you just came to vertical with your hands slightly in front of you. But what I feel like is happening for most people is they're kind of getting a little retracted in their chest and lungs. So here's a moment to push it through. Right, the tissue in the front of our body, the more we're like this, the more the tissue in the front of our body gets closed up. So we want to open it back up. Inhale, our body, the fascia develops to support the places, how we hold our body. So if we're doing certain things a lot, the fascia is going to develop to support you. Fascia is the internal matrix. Let's take it all the way down to the floor now. That creates form in your body or supports the shape of your body, supports the form. Just stretch your arms over your head, stretch longer through one side and then the other, reaching it out. One leg and then the other, inner body lengthening, right? So if the fascia inside our body gets this stretch, oh yeah, I can reach as far as I can through my hand and foot. And let that move through my whole body. So this whole, people talk about fascial trains, like there's a train of fascia or a trail. And there are actually no lines inside our body. It's all one connected thing. There's no like, oh, there it is. I see the trail. I see the train. That's a concept that we have put on it. Bring it in, knees to chest. And it's great to help us think about it, but it's just a concept, right? Spiraling from side to side. Allow this to really massage through your back. Neck, shoulders, face, spiraling away from your knees. If that feels good, if your back is hurting, turn it in the same direction. And we're going to take this into a roll. And the roll, we're going to roll onto one side and then open, 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 open one side and close, close, close the other. So we're kind of organizing our body so that the elbow and the knee are working together, rolling onto your back and then folding, closing in. Try to relax your neck, face, shoulders, and body as much as possible. You could imagine that you're pouring your body from side to side. Again, this is a great way to massage out the tissue. If you've done if your back is sore, or if you've been in the garden for a long time, or God knows, shoveling snow, wrong season in this country, but maybe you were doing it somewhere on the other side of the world, below the equator. Let yourself massage, massage, massage. Oh, releasing. So as we're massaging the tissue, if there's lactic acid in there, stuff that makes you sore, we're kind of squishing it out a little bit. So healthy. Plus, we're learning how to roll. We're learning how to roll from side to side. Let's change this. Let's go. How do I want to do this? Let's do this. Let's open up into an X shape. And you're going to then roll slowly onto your side and pull it into a ball. Spreading yourself out along the floor, opening back up into the shape of an X and bending, folding into the other side. And then lengthening out, toes and fingers reaching away from center into this human star shape. Exhale, elbows and knees starting to bend, curling you onto your side. And lengthening out, opening up, and folding it in. Having lots of, this is really great to do when you're on just the plain floor. I've got carpeting and mats to get all tangled up in. All right, let's go with another pattern, crossbody, elbow to knee, contralateral pattern. So we were doing a right versus left. And in the last way that we did it, first we were just doing right versus left. And then the second way we did right versus left with some upper and lower coming in and going out. Now we're going crossbody, contralateral pattern. And we are going to take it up to the ceiling, Straight arm and straight leg. Using your breath. Good. We're going to change it. You're going to go elbow to knee, straighten it out, and open it up. Mid-limb initiation, elbow to knee, straighten it out, open it up. Elbow to knee, straighten it out, open up. Elbow to knee, reach it out, open, elbow to knee, reach it out, open, elbow to knee, reach it out, open, relax. Take a heel rock in that big X, soften rib cage, lungs, heart. Let this movement ripple up and down through your body. Relax your face. Let that go. And let's do a big stretch for our legs, but first we'll warm up our hamstrings. So if you have a block, you're going to take a block, stick it in between your knees. So it's like this. My feet are parallel, same distance apart as my knees. Lifting my pelvis up, I'm going to circle my pelvis. Big or small. As you're circling, feel what you're doing inside your organs and your guts. Are you clenching in or are you kind of relaxed, letting them pour around? See if you can relax them. Working what needs to work, but not what doesn't need to work, right? Just moving in the most efficient manner, not the most rigid manner. Change direction. A lot of times when people emphasize the burn or engage your core, squeeze your butt, do all this stuff, it's like, oh, you're doing a bunch of extra work that then builds in a pattern of holding, which is unnecessary and inefficient. Sometimes you want to be doing that for different exercises, but sometimes you don't need to do that. Come in, you're going to inhale your arms up over your head as you lower your pelvis down. And then exhale, push through, inhale, lower, exhale, press it up, fill up your lungs, exhale, push. When you're pushing at the top, go ahead and engage your butt because that's what you're working. Inhale down, relax, press it up, lower down, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, last one, exhale, inhale down, take your block out, hands on your knees, big circles, lubricating up your hip sockets, relaxing your lower back, relaxing your legs, breathe, and change direction, other way. And then take your legs up to the ceiling, give them a shake out your arms. And let's take one leg in and one leg out, just reaching through space. Switch it to the other side. Switch again. Think of lengthening the bottom leg down. So it's just off the floor and you're lengthening through your psoas, through your center. What does that even mean? Through your torso, down through your hip, through your leg. Switch it to the other side. Bottom leg lengthening down and away. One more time. Last one. And relax, drop it down. Turn your head from side to side. Free up your upper spine. So there can be some side movement, but there can also be some like spinal, lateral flexion and extension happening. So there's the spiral in the neck, twisting down, but then a little bit of lateral flexion through your whole spine. Shake it all out, shake it all out. Let it go. Good, let's do this. We haven't done this in a long time. It's very like old school Pilates. You're gonna pull nose into knees, inhale, stretch it out. Exhale in, inhale, reach. Exhale in, reach it out, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Optional, bringing it up, stretching it out, or just stick with what we were doing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Last one, exhale, and take it rolling back and forth, massaging through your back. I did just vacuum in here the other day, but those little cats, man, especially the white kitty, he is just shedding like crazy all the time. But he's only just started to be able to like handle being brushed at all. So hopefully if I just start brushing him more, less of his hair will end up in the vacuum and more of it in the brush. All right, let's flip over. Coming onto hands and knees. And we're going to curl the toes under in the back and just arch. Bend your elbows, chest open, butt is reaching out behind you. You can wag your tail a little bit. And then tops of the feet to the floor. Push with your arms, scoop your belly up and in. Take your weight slightly forward and then backwards here. And then we're going to try it curling your toes under, arching, chest open, stick out your butt. Push the floor away, curl. Toes are still curled under. So do a couple of cat cows there, just arching and curling. Knees either on or off the floor. And when you're ready, calm down. You know, I know that people are struggling with the heat, but I will say it's good to sweat. Like we were meant to sweat to cool down also. And that is a detoxifier of your body, right? Getting things, the water moving out through your pores is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's healthy. All right, let's go over the back of your hands, fingers in and out just a few times, stretching out the tissue in your wrists and the back of your hands. So it's going in the other direction. And then coming up, let's go on to fingertips. You're going to dip down between your shoulders and push through. Dip down and push, dip, push, dip, push. You could also do this here on knuckles. But if it's possible to go for fingertips, do that. We want to strengthen up our hands too. Dip, push, dip, push. You can change this into a circle, circling yourself inside of there. Change direction whenever you want to. And take it down to your forearms, legs out behind you, pushing your head forward, heels back, forearm plank, pushing through the space. And then come in one leg at a time. We're going to go up for 5 just with the right leg, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take it down onto the floor. Bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. Relax your butt. Relax your spine. Relax your guts. Relax your tongue. Relax your throat. And then let's go with, let's do this. Arms out to the sides. Upper body picks up. Circles with your arms. Reaching out through your fingertips right out to the side. Flexing through the heels of the hands, pushing out. Stop in the name of love. Although that would be in front of you, not into the side. And then you're going to make fists down towards the floor. Lift everything up. Everything radiates away from center, arms and legs. Breathe into it. Relax down. Take your hands next to your chest. Lift, lift, lift. Come into a up dog. Round your spine. Take it back. Curl your toes under behind you. If you can drop your head to the floor, drop your head to the floor, and then you're going to take it forward into a downward dog. Walk through your feet in your dog, bend one knee and then the other. Release your hips, release your lower back. And then lift your heels high, scoop your belly in, round your spine, roll it forward into your plank, switch it to a side plank. One hand comes up, 3 circles in one direction. This can be a forearm plank if you need to, and 3 circles the other way. Bring it back to your plank, switch it to the other side, 3 circles one way, 3 circles the other way. Come in, slowly lower down to the floor, 10 counts, going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anyone can build strength, right? So at any time, even when we're like at the end, there are ways to build strength. So maybe that's a bold statement to make, but okay, it isn't true. It isn't true, because if you're really sick, you need to not be building strength. But anyone who's fairly healthy can build strength, right? At any time. So circles forward, reaching out through your hands. But that doesn't mean we want to kick our own asses all the time. Just some of the time, we want to keep building a little bit. Flex through the heels of the hands, challenge yourself a little bit, but start to learn like how much is too much, how much is not enough. Fists down to the floor. And the way that you learn that is by going too far sometimes, or like we're not really far enough. Lift the whole thing up, radiate out. Float it around like you're flying. Take your hands next to your chest, arch it up, open, open, open. Let's just go up and down a few times here. Release it down. Inhale, open. Exhale down. The other good thing about the heat is that you will be more flexible. Your body is more loose because of the heat, right? We're not so contracted in our tissues. Bend your knees if you want. Try and touch your toes to your head. A couple more times. And then take it into a child's pose. Breathe into it. And we're going to do another exercise. On your hands or on your knees or seated or standing, just internally and externally rotate like you're presenting everything through your hands. So it's really opening up and spiraling, but then that's rippling through your wrist, through your elbow, into your rotator cuff, into your chest. You can let it get bigger. There can be an arch and curl. Finding the breath and getting this really 3-dimensional mobility through your arms. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. So this exercise really has been helping me with my knee. And so we're gonna throw that in there. And that is just like you're coming down, like you're gonna sit and then coming back up. If you wanna make it easier, you reach your arms forward and you're not staying vertical in your body. If you wanna make it harder, you take it back as far as you wanna go. So really up to you. I'm just probably gonna stay vertical most of the time in my body. So what's happening here is as we're going down, the quad is lengthening out. We're getting a little bit of a stretch, but we're also working those muscles, right? Quad is working. And one thing I'll say about my knee injury is I used to take ballet a lot. My knees did not get injured while I was dancing, but I also didn't force my turnout. So my knees got injured when I wasn't dancing, or at least doing ballet, because that is so strengthening for your legs. So I'm teaching ballet again. I have a lot of problems with it as a form culturally, but at the same time, as just a movement, there's a lot of good stuff with it. depending on how you're doing it, who's teaching you. All right, let's come up and take it onto our elbows and knees, one leg out behind you, up and down for, let's go for 15. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bring it in. Come up. We're going to do a set of tricep push-ups. If you are injured, if you need to make this easy, just try to take your weight on your arms as you do it. If you're good, if you're healthy, I'm going to do the tricep push-up with my knees on the floor, and then I'm going to pop them up afterwards. So coming forward, elbows into my sides, curling my toes under, pressing it up, knees down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Use your breath. 8, 9, 10. I'm going to take it to a dog. And I'm going to go with one leg up as high as it can go, pulsing up, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down. Release. And then we're going to go elbows and knees, free flow in your spine with a hiss. So again, the hiss can be like you're blowing through a straw, cooling breath, and slowing the exhale. And we're going to free up the spine. So free flow in the spine, feel into your body, and do the theta breath. Deep inhale. You could suck the inhale in like a sipping breath, and then you might need to take some resting breaths in the middle of that. That's fine. Just letting your body ripple and wave, finding a fluid movement through your body. And if you want to release old patterning, then as soon as you notice you're going in a pattern, start to switch it, right? As soon as we let go of the predictive processing of our own patterning and like try to go somewhere different, you're going to give your body the chance to shift and change, right? If you're letting go of old tension patterns, if you're letting go of ways of being, the best way to get that started, in my opinion, is through movement and shifting your movement patterning, slowing things down, speeding things up, changing the spatial dimensionality that you're moving in. Like, no, I really go forward, backward a lot, add some side, and then a little ripple from somewhere else. Right. So when I say dimensionality, I mean like vertical, sagittal, horizontal. We all have patterns that we're really attuned to. Let's put it that. If we start to let them be more spacious, have more variety, that will affect our being in the world. If we want to be more spacious in the world, be more spacious in your body. Let's open it up, coming into a straddle. And we're going to play with the same sort of free form movement in your body in your straddle. If you need to bend your knees here, you can. If straddle's not comfortable for you, you want to be somewhere else, do something else, but be in this vertical torso so that you can, again, play with freeing up the pattern of your body. It's more the movement patterning that we're trying to free up. Giving yourself some expansiveness, shifting the way that the movement, where it initiates and where it ends up, shifting the movement in your body. Free up your guts. So let's do that sipping breath. You can try sipping in and blowing out with the sip, but it might be easier to just inhale regularly and then blow out with the sip. So try it both ways, or do none, whatever you want to do. You're home, in the privacy of your own home, do it however you want to. Resting breaths whenever you need them. As soon as I add that breath to the movement, changes the movement entirely for me. It's like suddenly there's a lot more presence and awareness within what I'm doing. I'm really connecting into it. If I'm just here moving, I'm just moving. There's not a lot of presence with it. But if I do the breath with it, it brings me right in. The awareness is landing right in there. I'll also add that in this like search for novel movement, we're not trying to go to our extremes of capacity, right? We're not trying to force ourselves into some big, open, flexible position. We're trying to move within what is flow-based, fluid, and available, but giving ourselves different capacity within that. We're not trying to go, oh, now I'm going to do the splits, right? We're trying to down the line that might happen, but that's not the goal. The goal is really fluidity within the moment and allowing new patterning to arise, new parts of your body to get hydrated in different ways. It's not really saying it quite clearly, but bringing awareness into different parts and different ways of being. There's a book by Rob Burbea. It's about meditation. It's called Ways of Seeing. And it gives you different ways of sort of perceiving. But let's try different ways of being in your body. Okay, let's bring that in. And you're just going to windshield wipers with the knees, one side and then the other, massaging through your butt, letting that go. And then taking your legs out in front of you, taking it into a forward fold. You can walk from side to side. Try that sipping breath in this position. Gentle and soft. It's not, we're not forcing anything or pushing or getting in there. We're just allowing space and perception to dance together within your body, perhaps giving you more expansiveness, more room to be a person, not locked into a habitual pattern of, but this is how I am, but I might like to be a little different. Good. Let's bring that up. We're going to come back up to standing. And we're going to inhale, open. And gentle, light shake. Let it go. Inhale, open. And inhale. And then let's just do a sipping breath with the arms. We're pulling up from the string and we're pushing down. So last one. Good. Planted on the earth right now in your fluid body. You are mostly made of water. So bravo if you made it through the class. And hopefully I didn't spout too much baloney. Most of my baloney is science backed, but